Now let's talk about the macroscopic versus the microscopic viewpoint. Now this is important so that we can understand how do we study matter. So the study of matter is something that concerns with the macroscopic and the microscopic point of view. Now in the macroscopic approach, we consider a certain quantity of matter. So let me write down the quantity of matter. Alright, so the quantity, this is what we talk about in the macroscopic approach. Alright, and when we consider the quantity of matter, we don't consider the events that are occurring in the or at the molecular level. So we only talk about the quantity of matter and do not consider the events occurring at the molecular level. Alright, so the individual motion of molecules or atoms is of no significance in this study. Now for example, if I talk about the quantity of pressure. Now what is pressure first of all? Now pressure is basically the average rate of change of momentum of molecules. So if you define pressure, it can be defined as the average rate of change of molecules, change of momentum of molecules. Alright, so when we measure pressure or when we talk about the change in pressure, alright, we are concerned about the total, or you can say the rate of change of momentum of molecules as a whole quantity or as a single quantity. So for example, this is a sample of a gas. There are many molecules inside it. So the rate of change of momentum of this complete quantity or this complete volume of the gas is of what is importance to me. I am not concerned with the rate of change of momentum of individual molecules. Alright, but the effect of the rate of change of molecules, you can sum the rate of change of momentum, and then what is that effect that is being produced? That is the change of pressure. That is what interests me in the macroscopic point of view. So whatever the change an individual molecule is going, I am not concerned with that. I am only concerned with the total effect that comes into picture when individual molecules go into change, and that change is the change of momentum. In contrast to this, when we talk about the microscopic point of view, in microscopic point of view we do consider the molecular level, events. Now in this, let me take again the same volume of gas, and in this I'll have multiple atoms or multiple molecules of the gas randomly moving about. Okay, now if I study pressure from a macroscopic point of view, I will only talk about the total change that is brought about by the change in momentum of individual molecules. Okay, but in microscopic study, I will be concerned with what the individual molecule or what change is this individual molecule going through. Okay, let us say this is molecule 1, this is molecule 2, 3 and 4 and so on, infinite number of molecules. So the change in molecule 1 is, let us say, delta 1. The change in molecule 2 is delta 2, in 3 it is delta 3, and so on up to delta infinity. If you add all these changes in the momentum of individual molecules, this would be the same as what you get in the macroscopic study. So in macroscopic study, I will not be taking into account the change of momentum of each and every molecule, but an overall calculation would be sufficient. But in this, I'll have to take care of the individual motion of the each molecule, and when you add them up, you get the change in the desired property. Okay, which is same as the value you will get in the macroscopic viewpoint. So the the broader difference is, in macroscopic we do not consider the molecular level events, and in microscopic property. So on a broader level, in macroscopic properties or in the macroscopic viewpoint, we do not consider the molecular level events, but in microscopic we have to consider the events or the motion, the forces applied upon each molecule. Alright, so this was all about the difference of a viewpoint at macroscopic and microscopic levels. Now after this, let's go on to the next topic of this introductory topic, that is, we'll talk about thermodynamic state, properties, processes and cycles.